do 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 do. I think we're live now. We might be live.
Are we live?
It's kind of hard to tell
Live.
because Twitch is being an asshole.
Oh, that's not nice. Oh, looks like we're live.
And there's our audio test.
How does it sound?
It's fine.
Oh, great.
Well, hello everyone. It's me, Johnny Juicebox, and
Hey,
I'm here.
everybody, I'm Mike Shake.
And we're here today with a very special episode of Generation Wars, where we're going to talk about Space Jam and Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Yeah, yeah, that was
That's what
great.
that's what we did with our Sunday was watch Space
Yep,
Jams.
yep. What did you do? I watched Space Jam. How old am I? I'm 33. Do I have children? No, I don't.
Well, Mike, why don't you start off telling us about the very first Space Jam?
Oh, what can I say? It's a movie that I kind of
Well,
grew up on. I
all right,
was
wait, hang on a second. First off, we
what,
should
what,
probably
what?
talk about why we're talking about these movies instead of like what we usually talk about, which are real movies.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Because we were both very much like oh man, that new that new Space Jam movie's coming out and it's got LeBron James and shit. Remember the old Space Jam like when we saw it,
Hmm.
and it's all over the internet. Everyone's talking about how shitty this new Space Jam movie is.
Yeah,
So
right.
so like you were already trashing the movie like last night during movie
I
night.
was. I
And I,
was.
I saw that it was on
Did I see
HBO.
it? No.
No, but then I saw it was on HBO Max, and I was just like, oh, we gotta fucking watch Space Jam then. Like, we have to watch the new Space Jam because you've been shitting on it constantly.
Uh-huh. And we did.
And we did. We watched both Space Jam movies back to
We did.
back.
We did. Happy Sunday.
Yep. So
Instead of watching
now,
the Olympics all day, I
ah,
am
fuck the
watching
Olympics. The
Space Jam.
the U.S. soccer team isn't even good enough to qualify for the fucking
Oh,
Olympics. Who gives a
no,
shit?
yeah, right. Exactly.
All right. So,
Okay, so before we even get in there, I'd like for you to explain Generation Wars because it's been a while.
oh shit. I think this is only the second episode of Generation
This is
Wars,
only the
huh?
second one because we did Ju-on.
So, what Generation Wars is it's a series that we came up with for movies that have remakes.
Yes.
And while Space Jam: A New Legacy is not a remake, it feels kind of it's a reboot. It's very different.
Right.
It kind of
Right.
feels like a remake when you watch it.
Right.
So I was
Right.
like,
It's a new
okay,
generation of a
and
talent like LeBron.
like very much, it's right there,
Hmm.
like out in plain sight. So we were like,
Uh-huh.
all right, well, let's do Generation War for this.
Yeah.
And Generation War is basically where we take the original movie and then we
Yeah.
take the sequel and we basically talk about both of them, pit them against each other, and at the very end, we decide which one is a better film.
Right.
So, as is tradition, we'll begin with what came in chronological order, and it will be Space Jam 1.
In 1996.
Yeah, at a time when Michael Jordan was playing baseball after he retired
Yep.
from basketball.
Yep.
I
Yep.
So Mike, take it away.
Okay.
So I know you've watched
Okay.
this movie more than I have.
I have. I have. I grew up on this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was born in '88, and this came out in '96. So I mean, this is. I was 8 years old, so it's kind of right in that mixture of Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
which I was, you know, he's a generational talent, so I mean, you always got to like him. Uh, he plays minor league baseball for the White Sox,
I thought it
and
was the
then
Barons,
the
or are the
Barons.
Barons the White Sox
I don't
minor league
know.
team?
He never made it to the big leagues. I know he was in
Oh,
AAA.
mm.
Yeah. So basically, the Toon Squad, the Looney Tunes, needs help, or they're all going to be enslaved. And so they need the best player in the basketball, and that's obviously in 1996. That's Michael. So
Well, kind of. He's not.
yeah,
They constantly make a thing about how, oh, he's not a basketball player, or he's not a basketball player, he's a baseball player.
right,
But I mean, it's Michael Jordan. He's a basketball player.
right,
I bet
right.
90% of the people who watch this are either going to be like, "Who the fuck is Michael Jordan?" or Michael Jordan played baseball at one point, and yes, he
Yeah,
did. They make a
yeah,
joke in the movie multiple times about how bad at it he
uh-huh.
is.
Yeah. He's not very good.
Like I think at one point they say his batting average is like 241.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's nothing.
That's not good. That's a bottom of the order hitter. Yeah, but it kind of takes off from there, and you get the goofy, funny shit.
Yeah, you
You
get
know,
one of the reasons I really wanted to look at this was, well, we have like the generational thing with the basketball players, right?
right?
Because you've always got your it's really weird because I feel like this is specifically a thing in basketball, and you kind of have it in football a little bit, but especially
Mm-hmm.
in basketball, there's just usually a sports icon every however many years go on, and it's just like everyone knows about him. Like I didn't watch basketball or anything like that, and I knew who the fuck Michael Jordan was, and I knew who Shaq was, just
Uh huh.
because
Uh
of
huh.
like just being around people, you know? And
Yeah, I mean, he's just. I mean, everywhere you go, you hear Michael Jordan. I mean, you don't have
exactly.
to be a sports fan. I mean, he's a legend. I mean, everywhere he goes.
Right. And I was like, oh, well, that's kind of a cool idea. See maybe how that kind of thing applies to like seeing that as LeBron James nowadays.
Right.
And
Oh yeah. I
then,
mean, he's a talent that I mean spans across the sports world and
right.
entertainment world.
But then also, like, another thing about it was it's the Looney Tunes, which are like in 1996, they were already kind of
That
old
was
hat,
huge.
you
I mean,
know?
that was big time in the '90s with Warner Brothers and Looney Tunes.
Well, you say that, but like, I don't think they were making a new Looney Tunes show at the time. They were just rerunning Looney Tunes all the damn
That
time.
could be. That could be.
Because like that's back when they used to have they started airing the Chuck Jones show and all that shit, like where it would just
Could
be
be.
Chuck Jones Looney Tunes. And now I was interested to see like what kind of a difference between today's Looney Tunes and 1996 Looney Tunes from when I was a kid.
Right.
What how that would kind of translate in this kind of environment.
Right.
So I
How do you
really
think it
wanted.
did?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. I've actually caught a little bit of because there's a new Looney Tunes show that's on right now, and I hate it. It's digital and it's ugly, and I hate it. But
Okay.
like a lot of the comedy has stayed pretty much the same because
Right.
it's kind of timeless. And I know like a lot of older people that I've talked to are like, it's so different and stuff. And it's like, it's there are a few things that are different. For the most part, it's the same.
Uh huh. I mean, it's digitized. Come on.
It's digital. It looks ugly, and I don't like it. That's
Right.
that's my issue because I think it generally looks cheap and shitty if you do it digital. Sorry.
Right. Yeah, I'm much more for the classic cartoon look, but
Yeah, if I want to watch
that's
something that's
just.
animated, I want to see something that's shiny and bright and,
Uh huh.
animated. Not
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
I did it on a computer in 20 minutes. I'm kidding. I know that it takes longer than that, guys. I know people would come after me for that shit. I understand that digital artists work very hard and very long
They
hours,
do.
and
Yeah.
like it's rough on them. I'm just saying I don't think their animation ever looks good.
Uh huh. Yeah. That's a person's opinion.
I
A
know.
person can have an opinion.
I'm not saying it's not doesn't take talent. I'm just saying it doesn't look
Well, of
good.
course. Hmm.
Well, 90% of the time it doesn't look good. There are exceptions. I mean,
Yeah,
Pixar always does crazy good work, stuff like
yeah,
that. But it's different.
it is.
Off topic. Anyway, well, kind of on topic
No,
actually.
no, it's not off topic, not at all.
But yeah. So in the first movie you have the Monstars and the Toon Squad.
Uh,
Yeah. And the Monstars are aliens.
they are.
Yeah. And they all have like those weird voices.
Yeah, all those goofy, like children's squeaky
Yeah.
voices.
And
Yeah.
like every time it's fucking funny to me.
Uh huh.
Now, I will say I did not enjoy Space Jam the original as much as I thought I would, based on
Okay.
much I liked it when I was a kid. This being from someone who saw the movie in theaters and did not watch it after
Uh huh.
that until now.
Uh
So
huh.
like that means I saw the movie when I was like 4 and I really liked it,
Yeah.
and we got the soundtrack and we were never able to find the VHS because it was always sold out. And
Uh
then I didn't watch it until now, which is 25 years later. So
huh. Literally.
where
Yeah.
I was sitting there watching it and I was just like, oh, the tunes are kind of funny. Man, it's really funny that they're making fun of how shitty Michael Jordan's baseball career was, and he was in the
Yeah.
middle of that at the time.
Yep.
And
Yeah, they're hating on him.
yeah,
It
they
was
really
funny.
were.
He was poking fun at himself.
It didn't seem like he was totally in for it the whole time, though.
Oh well, of course he was.
Here's my credit. Here's my All right, there are several things that I'm gonna. Well, because that's the point of this is to compare the two movies. I feel like LeBron James was all in on this, and Michael Jordan was just like, "Yeah, I'll make some money off of this, whatever."
Uh
But LeBron James
huh.
was just like, "Fuck yeah, I want to be in Space Jam."
Uh huh.
You could just
Uh
see it in his face the whole movie.
huh. Yeah, I mean, I think it's. I think it's a different type of movie.
It is, and
I mean, it's really the second one is a different type of movie.
they are.
It's
Yeah,
more serious. There's much more things to gamble on. I mean, it's
the stakes. My God, the stakes.
yes. I mean, it's a more
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like in the enslavement of the tunes at an amusement park, and then
right,
later the bet that they have for Michael Jordan to also become a slave at the
right.
amusement park. Like those are
But
pretty
the
high
thing is, Johnny.
stakes.
But the thing is, Johnny, it's a children's movie. This is for a kid,
I
and
would
and
argue that this is an
even in the
older kids
latter
movie.
one,
Like
I
this is
mean,
a children's movie for the age of children who would be like into, man, I don't have any
I'd say
I'd say
I'd say
Spy
6 to
Kids?
10.
Spy
I'd
Kids?
say, yeah,
I would say maybe like 8 to 12, maybe. I could see like
yeah,
wait, what grade is 12? Like that's like what? 4th grade? 6th grade?
12. Let me see.
This is the point where two old men don't know what ages are.
I think it would be, well, when I was 12, I was in 7th grade.
It's amazing that you remember that.
Yes. Because I remember I was
See,
13 at
if
9/11.
if I were a basketball fan and I were in 7th grade, I would have loved the shit out of this movie.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, you would
I would
have.
have loved the shit out of both of these movies, probably. Maybe not as much
Hell
the first
yeah.
one. The second one for sure. Because
Even with the second one or
I,
the first one, man, I tell you, Michael Jordan being on the big screen
dude, that was
the
the thing
Looney
about that movie
Tunes.
though. Because everything was about Michael Jordan back in the day.
Uh huh.
Like we didn't, like I
Everything.
said, none of my friends pretty much watched basketball from what I
Uh
remember,
huh.
and like everyone knew who the fuck Michael Jordan was, and everyone loved Michael Jordan, and everyone wanted to be like Michael Jordan.
Uh huh. Yes. He's a generational talent.
Yeah,
Everybody, be like Mike. That
dude,
was
that's the
the
movie is like Mike. We
Yes.
should do that movie too. I think LeBron James is in that movie too.
I don't I
Or maybe
don't know.
it's a different basketball player. I think actually
I don't know.
there's a pro basketball player in that because
Is
like the
there?
yeah because it's a movie about a kid who gets a pair of Air Jordans that were owned by or he maybe they weren't Air Jordans. They were a pair of shoes that were worn by Michael Jordan when he was a kid, and then they got magic powers to make him like
Okay.
Mike. And so the kid like ties the shoes and like make me like Mike, and then he becomes really good at basketball.
Wait, isn't that with like Little Romeo or
Oh, it's Little Bow Wow, I think, is in that.
I knew it was some little something.
Yeah, I think he is. But no, that movie was
Anyways,
awesome. I loved that movie when I was a kid.
yeah, yeah, but going back, I mean, it destroyed the basketball world when Jordan said he really didn't have anything else to give. When he went over to baseball, and it's like,
And I get it, I
he's just
guess,
doing this for
but
play. I mean, he just wants to be, different, and he
I think
was.
he
He
just
was a
wanted
different
to
kind of guy.
move on to something else. Like,
Right.
once you're the best at something, you can either
Uh
stay
huh.
the best or you can try and move on to be the best at the next thing. And those are
Yeah.
two different kinds of people.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And then
well,
he realized he couldn't do it, so he went back to basketball.
a lot of people don't know that back when I was a kid, I used to be a pitcher.
What is
Okay,
that from,
Michael.
John?
It's from Space Jam.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, is that Bill Murray?
No. That was
Oh.
Michael Jordan in Space Jam. Before he announces he's
I
going to
don't.
be a baseball player, and then everyone like talks about how awesome he looks while he's striking
Oh,
out.
that's right. That boring ass scene. That's right. Yeah.
Here's the main difference between these two movies is the original Space Jam, it comes in at a very clean 87 minutes. I'd say about 7 of those are credits, and
That's a children's length.
that's an old school children's length. You want to know how
That's
much?
an old school children's length. You damn right.
Yeah, because the new one's like 116 minutes.
Yeah, it's way too fucking long. These kids ain't gonna be sitting there for no 2 hours.
This movie is
I'll
almost
tell you
2 hours
that.
long, man. It's a
There
real
ain't gonna be
fucking
no
movie.
damn kids sit down and watch this. Hell no.
I do have to say though, all right. So, what's the best part of the first Space Jam movie? I feel like it's really difficult to talk about the first Space Jam movie because it's very much about. Oh, well, okay. So the Monstars come down. They're the little tiny people. They're little tiny
Yeah.
aliens, and then they go out. Right? They go out and they Bugs Bunny tricks them like he does into thinking that they have to be allowed to defend themselves.
Yeah.
So they choose to defend themselves with basketball. Like they
Yeah.
have to beat them in a basketball game
Yeah.
because all of them
Yeah.
are really tiny.
Yeah.
So they go out and the Monstars go out and they see Charles Barkley and like
Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing, Muggsy
Yeah.
Bogues. I think
Yeah.
that's his
Sean
name.
Bradley.
Yeah, Sean Bradley.
Larry Johnson.
Yep. And they steal all of their basketball potential, and I think that was the best
Right.
part in the whole movie is just like
Uh huh.
watching them go around and try
Oh
and
yeah.
figure out what's wrong with them.
Oh, that's always what I used to watch when I was a kid. I would just laugh hysterically when Charles Barkley's he's like,
Charles
oh my
Barkley's
god.
just
I mean, he's like Frankenstein and a mummy
just
out there. He's
I I could just see the director being like, "All right, Charles, just go out there and act like you have no idea what the fuck is going on," and just like, "Good job, keep going."
Yep. Yeah, that's what I mean, honestly, that's what I loved about the first movie. It's just funny. It's stupid.
That's what I loved from that movie. That was the best stuff out of it.
Uh-huh.
Was like
Oh
just
yeah.
watching all of them just be terrible together.
Oh yeah. They're like normal human beings.
Michael Jordan seemed like he didn't give a fuck. So, like, as much as I
That's my
remembered
that.
loving him in the movie when I was a kid, I thought he sucked in. Now, Michael Jordan
Yeah,
kind
I
of
mean
sucked
he's
in it.
okay.
It felt like he didn't care, and that was my issue with
Oh,
it. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I thought he cared more about when he was on SNL, you
yeah,
know, with Chris.
yeah, probably.
Oh,
But Michael Jordan just seemed like he didn't want to be there, and I think that might have
I,
had. I don't know. I don't know what that had to do with. I think
I don't know.
Michael Jordan just didn't give a fuck.
No.
Um, and then they get they get everyone together. There's a bunch of training montage stuff that's
Yep.
wacky. They play
Yep.
the big game, which is fun, and
Yep.
then at the end they get all of the talent back for Charles Barkley and his crew.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I also kind of like too when the superstars of the NBA are kind of going like to therapists
Oh
and
yeah.
going to get their health checked, and it's like, oh, okay.
I think one of my favorite parts in their little side story is just the part where they go into a fortune teller and the fortune teller
Oh yeah,
literally just tells them exactly what's happening in the
right.
in the movie, and they're all like, "Yeah, okay, I'm out."
All right, I gotta go. Bye.
It's like that's literally what's happening.
Uh-huh. Yep.
But
I
no,
liked
it's
it.
it's
I,
filled
I
with
liked the movie.
it's filled with old-fashioned Looney Tunes shenanigans, and it's
Yep.
pretty great.
Yep.
Like that stuff is good. I liked it.
It is.
There's the Lola bunny that everyone thinks is like super sexy.
I still can't believe that.
that is that is one of the main criticisms I've seen of this new movie is that they made Lola Bunny less sexy.
Unbelievable. What I mean, what can you even say to that?
I honestly don't know if they did, but
I,
you know,
I don't know.
to each their own, right?
Sure. Yeah, well, of course. No hate.
Uh I do know that Lola Bunny had a very obviously different voice actress in the new movie.
Yes, and so did Bugs Bunny.
I didn't think his was as obvious, but like you
Oh, it
could
was
tell.
obvious.
Yeah,
Oh, it
but
was obvious.
like Lola Bunny sounded nothing like she did in
Oh,
the first
right.
one.
Well, of course. Of course.
Bugs always has like the Bugs voice, and
Right.
like at least they have that, but Lola doesn't have like a specific accent or anything
No.
to at least like give the flavor of a Lola the rabbit. But Bugs, like
Uh-huh.
everyone can go like, "Man, what's up, Doc?"
Pep, pep,
This
pep. What up, Doc?
but anything else you want to talk about in the first movie?
I mean,
It's
you
not.
got Larry Bird in it.
Oh shit, yeah, and
You
Bill
got
Murray.
Larry motherfucking Legend,
Larry
the hit
Bird,
from French Lick.
and you got Bill Murray, and you got Wayne
And Bill
Knight.
Murray.
And Wayne Knight
And
annoyed the
Wayne
piss
Knight
out of
from
me through most of
who
this
was
movie.
Newman. Newman.
And he annoyed the piss
Hello,
out of me through
Jerry.
most of the movie.
Love him.
Um yeah, he for all the non-Seinfeld people, he's
Huh?
Nedry from Jurassic Park.
Yep. Yep.
Dodgson, we got Dodgson here.
Yeah. We got we got what?
That's the scene that he's in
Oh.
when he's just like if you keep your voice down or whatever, and he's if you could not say my name so loudly, and he's just like, Dodgson, we got Dodgson here. See, nobody cares. From Jurassic
Oh,
Park. Or
I got that now.
didn't say the magic word.
What a great movie.
That is a great movie. Instead, we're
Yeah.
talking about this one.
I my fucking point's exactly when we talked about this yesterday. I'm like, really? Why are we doing this?
You know, yesterday we had talked about doing one on the call, but instead we're doing it on Space Jam on Slam
Well, I
Jam
mean,
today.
things change, man.
Well, I've got a list. It's okay.
Yeah.
And the Brewers are still losing that game. Wow.
God damn it.
Anyway,
Shit.
so Bill Murray's pretty funny. He's all
Bill
right.
Murray's always funny.
Yeah. And he's
He's always the
constantly
shit.
constantly trying to talk Michael Jordan and Larry Bird
Yeah, coming to play.
into letting him play basketball with all the
I don't
since
know
all
where
the
that came from.
I don't know.
I
It's
don't
kind
know
of
because
dumb.
he's a big Cubbies fan and not a Bulls fan.
Is he?
Oh, he's a huge Cubby guy.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I think he's sung the "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" more than anybody
Huh.
in Wrigley Field.
Huh.
Yep.
That's cool.
Does it once a year for sure.
Hmm.
Yep.
See, I thought he was wearing a White Sox hat in the movie.
No, I think he was wearing one of those useless AAA.
But maybe it was like supposed to be their Barons, like
Right. Could be.
that AAA team that he was supposed to be, or that uh, Michael Jordan was playing as on.
Could be.
Could be. You never know.
No. Could be a made up team.
Could be.
Yep. Yeah, but I think that kind of covers, Space Jam 1. I mean,
Yeah, there's not a
obviously.
ton to talk about with it. It's mostly Looney Tunes shenanigans.
Yeah, it's fun stuff. It's a
Yeah,
children's movie.
it's a very different movie than the next movie.
Yes.
And
Very different.
I'm not 100% sure how to feel about either of these movies, really. It's strange.
How so?
I don't know. I think it's just because they're kids movies and they're very obviously meant for kids, and the whole time I'm just kind of like, I'm not the audience for this at all. But at
I
the
think
same
the second
time,
one is geared towards older children, though. I don't think it's
I
geared towards the same demographic.
see. I think the first one is geared towards like younger children,
Yes.
like younger children, and then the
I'd
new
say
one
6
is
to 10. I'd
six
say
to
6 to
ten,
10.
and then the new
Yeah.
one is meant for like a slightly older children.
I think so.
Like I'd say up to like 7th grade probably.
I would say because I mean you have to have an
Although
older
like
child
the
to watch 2
constant
hours of a
sexual
movie.
innuendos in the first movie is pretty great.
Yes,
But
I know
like
that was yeah,
oh, come on,
that
it's
was a little weird.
awesome.
It was.
It's just like is that doctor like basically specifically asked him if he has trouble getting it up in that one scene.
Yeah,
It was like a
he's
whole
talking to
scene.
Patrick Ewing.
Specifically just a doctor asking Patrick Ewing if he has trouble
Yeah.
getting it up.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, I definitely would
I
not have
was just like,
understood this when I was a child.
all right, more of this.
What the fuck, Space Jam? Really?
I was fine with it.
Oh,
All right.
I don't care. But I mean,
I thought it was
you know,
fun.
I did too. I mean, I don't know how parents would feel about that, but
I think it was for parents.
yeah. Huh?
It was for parents because it was veiled. It was veiled enough to where like kids wouldn't.
Right.
If you didn't know about like that was a
Right.
thing, then you wouldn't get it. You know.
Right.
It was very much that way.
Mm-hmm. I liked it.
Yeah.
I don't think it held up as much.
Oh,
watching it.
I can't say I loved it. I'll say that.
Oh,
was
you
fine.
didn't love it?
It was fine.
Oh, it's those 2 words. It was fine.
Huh.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
So let's talk about
You know,
Space
some
Jam: A New Legacy, which is probably what everyone came here to hear about.
sure.
Because
And of course, you know, we're gonna talk about spoilers, so
yeah, we always do spoilers. Oh yeah, the
gotta
Toons win at the end. The Monstars lose. Oh, and the Monstars get to stay in the Toon Land because they don't like Danny DeVito because he sucks, and then they all beat the
yes,
shit out of him and send him back to space.
yes,
Yep. And the Monstars get to stay behind.
yep. They get to stay behind.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thanks. So the new Space Jam movie, Space Jam: A New Legacy. This is a very complex plot that I
Oh,
don't
oh,
fully
oh,
understand what
oh.
happens half of the time.
I
Uh,
mean, John, we're in our. I'm in my 30s. You're almost in your 30s, and we still have no idea what is going on in this movie, dude.
um,
How is a child supposed to understand what's going on, dude?
Pretty sure I hated this movie for the first 20 minutes. Uh,
Oh, it was awful. It was awful.
and then it got really cool, and then I liked it a lot.
I mean, it was okay, but like we were talking about during movie night, I think this had a much higher budget than Space Jam '96.
Maybe.
It had to
It
have.
must have. But I
I mean,
think
because to
it's.
bring in all those characters from the WB, I mean, holy shit!
I think they did just realize, hey, we could do this as a thing, and
Yeah,
everyone was like, oh fuck, oh
yeah.
fuck,
I didn't see Superman though. Did you?
yeah.
Did
Did you
you?
not see Superman?
No, I was looking
Literally.
at the Night's King.
Oh, in the background, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh no, I saw Superman when Superman was in the movie.
I know that. I know that. I was talking about in the background.
No, I saw Adam West Batman though, and I was pretty happy about that. And Pennywise,
And
Pennywise, right
Pennywise
there, front and fucking center in the camera.
and White Walkers.
White Walkers. God, this movie.
Yeah,
If anyone comes in, by the way, this is all
yeah.
spoilers.
Well, of
Spoiling
course, I
everything.
already said
This is a
that.
movie about how LeBron James is a shitty dad and like everyone hates him, and how he
It
hates his
starts
kid.
off that he's a shitty dad. It
Yeah,
does.
and they have that joke that I like died laughing at, and both of you were just looked at me like I was a fucking idiot.
You did that a couple times during this movie. It's like it wasn't that funny.
I know. Sometimes shit just gets to me, man.
Sure, sure.
Like I didn't see that one coming when when she was just like, I really hope you made spaghetti and meatball, and then the ball like shoots out of the thing and hits his brother in the
Yeah,
head. Yeah, that's
yeah,
good.
yeah. It was a quirky,
It was
funny
clever.
thing.
It was
Yeah,
clever. I liked it.
it was. Yeah.
Oh, that game's over.
What is?
The uh the Brewers game.
Did they lose?
It was 3-1. It wasn't great.
Ah,
That doesn't make any sense. Didn't they beat them like 8-1 yesterday?
yeah, they did. I don't get it.
That means that they're tied now. Or no, they aren't tied. Now the White Sox have a better record than they do.
Do they?
Yeah, they're one game ahead of them now.
A good thing they're in a different conference. Good.
They were both tied for wins, but the Brewers had one more loss than they did.
Darn it.
And now the Brewers have another loss and the White Sox have another win. Sorry guys, we're taking a break from our basketball
It's
movie to
okay.
talk about the stupid
okay.
ass baseball game today. Nobody gives a fuck about the
It's two of
White
the top
Sox and the
teams
Brewers.
in both divisions, so
It's true.
yeah.
And nobody gives a fuck. And Jamaica and the U.S. are still tied in soccer. Our shitty soccer team, 0-0. Our
They'll
shitty
never go to
soccer,
fucking penalty kicks.
our our shitty soccer team that couldn't qualify for the Olympics.
How fucking bad is that, though, dude? Dude, really?
Why do I root for these guys?
I don't know. I don't know.
Also, you asked me how they can be competing in the Gold Cup and the Olympics. My question is, how are they still competing in normal Major League Soccer every week
I don't
and
know.
and the Gold
I've
Cup
never watched a
and
game.
still losing at the Olympics?
Shows you
they're
how
just
bad they are.
they're just too dumb to qualify for the Olympics.
Uh-huh. Too poor. Too poor
Yeah,
of a team.
guess they're just bad at it.
Well, like we were talking about last time I was down there, though, John. There'll be a lot more people. The more and more and more concussions in
Yeah,
football. They're going
maybe.
to be coming over to soccer.
I mean, the only people who will still play football are the people down south because they'll never get rid of it.
No.
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 I would say replace
No,
football with rugby. A lot of the stats I've been seeing is that rugby players aren't coming down with CTE. Soccer
yeah.
players are. It's
Yeah.
like it's all soccer and football players.
Yeah. All those headers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like soccer and football. Well, I mean, we don't include fucking boxing and shit because
No,
yeah,
that's just
that's just
that's
normal
just a
brain
given.
damage.
That's a
That's
given.
that's just normal brain damage. That's not
I
from
mean
micro
that's a given.
traumas.
I mean, you're taking a freaking shot in the head every 4 seconds,
Yeah,
2 seconds.
yeah.
Come on.
But no,
But anyways, back to LeBron.
yeah, soccer is a really dangerous sport. You shouldn't let your kids
It
do
is.
it. It's really
It
fucking
is.
bad for their brains.
Yeah.
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 Let them play hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot about CTE in hockey.
Nope.
Although maybe they just haven't gotten there yet. Who knows?
I don't know. They
I
don't
think
take
they
a lot
should.
of headshots though in hockey.
Yeah, it's mostly just like gut shots when you
Yeah.
fight. Because, like, what's the first thing you always see him do? You see him, like, grab the guy around their head and then start punching him in the stomach.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's hardly any fights anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a 4-minute major now. So anytime you get in a fight, you're going to the penalty box for
That's
4
bullshit.
minutes.
They shouldn't have any penalty for fighting in hockey. They should
I
just
know.
be them beating the shit out of each other on the ice. Like that
Yeah.
that's what that sport should be.
Well, back in the 90s, you literally had people who did that.
Yeah.
You had enforcers.
Yeah. You need enforcers.
Yep.
It's the shit.
That makes hockey fun.
That's why everyone likes minor league hockey better than major league hockey because minor league
Yeah.
hockey is just like all the Happy Gilmores out there.
Good. Good.
That's what I liked when we would go and see the Kingfish back when they
Oh,
were
I
still a
bet,
team.
hey?
Yeah, because it was like a Louisiana minor league team, and like
Right.
almost most of the players they weren't like great hockey players. They just like they could shoot the puck and then they could get in fights. Like
Yeah, just fight people.
yeah, it was like just people fighting all the time. It was
Heck
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we have to talk about this movie.
do we do we fucking have to?
I mean, we set up the premise for the show.
I know. I know. But basically, LeBron James's son creates video games.
One specific one. It's called Dom
Yes.
Ball, which is not a sex dungeon thing. It is a
Not very creative. Dom Ball. It's like a newer version of NBA Jam.
yeah, that's literally what
Uh-huh.
it is. And then
Uh-huh.
that's well, I mean, I guess LeBron James like wasn't into video games or whatever because they established that like he threw away the Game Boy because
He did. He did.
his
Like a
coach was
bum.
like, you can't be distracted by this kind of stuff.
Who the fuck throws away a goddamn Game Boy?
Dude, you could sell that shit.
You
Especially
goddamn right you could sell that shit for good money.
yeah.
Asshole. Go to the fucking garbage.
And his friend gave it to him too. Like that
I
seems kind of
know.
shitty.
That's not even his.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is. His friend gave it to him because his mom gave him a Game Boy Color.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So he gives him his old like Game
Yeah.
Boy.
And what does he play on it, John?
Looney Tunes?
Looney Tunes.
Plays that old school Looney Tunes game.
And Johnny, and how long How long again did you get to see that one part of Looney Tunes, and then you get to see the next one?
Like, how long was it until you see another Looney Tune? I think
Ah,
it's like half an hour before you get to see Looney
half
Tunes
an
again.
hour. Half an hour. That's when you know it's too long of a movie.
There's one point where I think I looked at it and I was like, it's been 24 minutes and I haven't seen any Looney Tunes yet.
Uh
This
huh.
movie is
Uh huh.
garbage.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And then it picks up. And then it picks up.
I have to say, I was very down on this movie for quite a while, like 24 minutes, which is a pretty long 24 minutes because I didn't give a fuck about anything that was happening.
Nope. Nope.
Several quotes from the night. I think one was, "I never thought I would say this, but Don Cheadle is the worst part of this movie." Uh,
Yep. I heard that one. Yep.
uh, "Shut the fuck up, Pete." um,
Yep.
and then
At the end of
all
the
of
movie, go fuck yourself.
oh, oh my god, he did. This is like the funniest part of that whole fucking movie too. It was just because, like,
Oh,
how?
it's so long. Why is the Looney Tunes movie with LeBron James 2 hours long, man?
Well, okay, so like I remember in the first movie there was a point where we were just like, "There's no way that this is the final
And that's
the
literally
final
what I
game,"
said. I
and then
couldn't
it was
believe
like,
how
"Oh,
fast
this
it moved.
is." Like, it wasn't even that. It was just like the final game didn't feel a lot like a final game to
Right,
me.
right.
This one, it kind of felt like a final game. Like
It had build up. It had a lot of build up.
there was a lot of build up. They
Yep,
actually went through and they built the team in this one, and that's what was
they
cool.
did.
Because what happens is okay. Oh my god, we have to explain this bullshit. There's a lot of
Oh,
setup in this movie.
yeah,
Um, like the first Space Jam movie, it starts with young LeBron James throwing away a Game Boy like an asshole.
yeah.
Then, because anyone knows that you could have sold that shit for like $80.
Uh huh. Uh huh. Back then.
Yeah, back then. Now I could go and buy one for $20. Like for
Yeah,
real. They
yeah.
have one at Mojo's. I can buy it for $20.
Is that right?
19.99 right there off the shelf.
Well, that ain't bad.
Yeah, because it's not the color one, and it doesn't matter if it's the color one or not, because I think the color one's only $10 more.
Okay. Well, that ain't bad.
Yeah, but so where the
What
fuck
tripped
was
you
I?
up there, Johnny?
I thought something changed, but it didn't. It's still 0-0. I thought Jamaica scored on us, and I was like, the fuck?
Oh, no wonder you're distracted. You're following the damn game. Throw that phone.
It's charging. I can't throw it.
Okay.
And I could, but it would like pull all my lamps and shit off. Fuck. Hello? Mike?
Yeah.
Mike, you there?
Yep.
That was weird.
I have no idea.
Everything all of a sudden like yeah, we're frozen on camera. Check.
Yep.
Y- Our audio is still live. Our cameras are frozen.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
At least the
High
audio's still there.
quality. High quality. Oh, there we go. We're moving on Twitch now.
Are we? On mine we aren't.
Oh, it looks like it's frozen again.
Whoops.
Well, that's a great shot of me. Oh.
It's your
Anyways, Yeah, so we'll go through the cameos.
Oh shit. Wait, we have to the fuck was I doing? Um,
I have no idea.
let's explain a little bit of how the movie works before. Oh, well, yeah, we were at the point where LeBron James throws away a Game Boy, and then he's a dad, and
Well,
then he's a
that's like
shitty
the
dad,
beginning.
and then yeah, but we haven't explained how they get to the game because it's a little more complicated than
It
aliens
is.
come.
It's a lot more complicated.
It's really fucking complicated.
It's really complicated.
Yeah. So fuck. I don't fully understand this, but
Okay.
something happens and Warner Brothers made this thing. It's called Warner 3000.
Yeah.
Um,
Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle.
yeah, Warner 3000 is Don Cheadle. Um, fucking A, dude. We are just completely frozen right now.
I know. We have
Here,
audio.
I'm going to quick leave and then jump back in. There we go. We're back. Hi, Sino. How's it going? Mike.
But
Okay, cool. All right, we should be good now.
let's hope so.
Well, on mine, we are. We're doing good. Whoops. Here, gotta move that. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'm doing good. I mean, as good as someone who spent all Sunday watching Space Jam movies could do. One of which was 2 hours long. So, Space Jam 2 is Tron 3, right?
Yes.
That's what we're going with. Tron 3.
Yes.
It's Tron 3.
Yes. Yes. Welcome to Tron.
Yeah.
It's Tron 3.
Except
Yes, it
this
is.
Tron, it's complicated. Don Cheadle is algorithm, which is an algorithm
Yep.
that scans people and then can put them into movies. Is my
Yes.
understanding. Where they were just like,
Yes.
yeah, all you have to do is sign this contract, and then Warner 3000 will scan you, and you don't even have to show up. You can just play your basketball, and then
Yep.
we'll just use your likeness a bunch.
Yep.
And LeBron James, I think he literally says this is stupid and
Yeah.
walks out.
Yep. And then Don Cheadle gets all pissed.
Yeah, and Don Cheadle gets pissed, and then he lures he gets all pissed, and then he lures LeBron James and LeBron James's son Dom into
Dom.
a 50s style computer room type
Something.
thing
Yeah,
where
kind
it's
of
literally
like
just
that.
like a basement that's filled with computer.
Yeah, servers.
Yeah, and
Yep.
or and then the servers scan them and make them go inside of the computer inside of the Warner
Yep.
3000. And then Algae Rhythm is just like, you're gonna play a basketball game with me, and like if you lose, then you have to stay here forever, right?
Yep. Yep.
And I'm assuming that's so he can scan him and put him in movies or some shit.
Yep.
But like it also like his son's gonna be trapped there too. Like he's using his son as leverage the whole time.
Uh-huh.
And there's all this stuff where Don Cheadle like gets Dom to to be friendly with him, you know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
because they don't actually play basketball in this game. They play like whatever that game that Dom made, the NBA
Yeah.
Jam knockoff that he made.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dom Ball, isn't it? Dom Ball?
Dom Ball, yeah, that's what it is.
Dom Ball.
So like I think
Fucking Dom Ball.
like at the end of the first half in the first movie, I think it's like 78-19 or something at the end of the half, the first half,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
But
Yep.
then like
78 or 68.
yeah. And then in this one it's in this one at the end of the first one, it's like 16 to 1039 or some shit.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, because
It's,
there's
you
like
you
30
get
333-point plays, and it's
yeah.
like,
You get
okay,
points for like style points and stuff like
right,
that.
right.
And there are a bunch of different players in this movie too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that Anthony Davis,
the Brow, that's his
the
character's name,
Brow.
because he's a falcon.
Yeah.
And then they have wet fire, right?
Yeah.
And that's
Clay
yeah.
Thompson.
And then they have
Diana
Di-
Taurasi is the White Mamba.
yeah. And then that lady whose name I can't pronounce.
Yeah, Agumawale.
Yeah. And
Yep,
she's a
as the
Rachnika.
Yep.
Because I think her name
And
is
then
Nika. It's Nnika, I think.
Yep. And then who else did you have? Oh yeah, that's right, his son.
Well, then they had Kronos, who was
Damian Lillard.
yeah.
Yep.
And then his son.
Dame time.
Yeah. It's so stupid.
Dame time.
But no, the best part of this movie was when he gets banished to Toon World, which is where they call like it's the place where all the rejects go. So they send him to Toon World, and he falls past all of the WB worlds.
Yep.
So like he goes by like one of the worlds, and you just hear like you see a big ass train, and then like the fucking the fucking Harry Potter music,
Yeah,
and then
like
you
Hogwarts and
you hear like fucking Game of Thrones music when he passes through one of them, and there's dragons and shit. It's great.
And then he had the Wizard of Oz with the
oh
with
yeah,
the Witch of the
because he
East.
goes through the tornado and shit, and then they go by the Casablanca world, which is just a black and white world with a big sign that says Casablanca.
Yeah.
But no,
that was
the moment when I was just like, oh, this is really cool right now.
And we got to talk about how he finds the tunes.
Yes, they have to go through. There's a montage, which I wish it was a little less than a montage. I wish we got more of this, where in order to bring the tunes together, because apparently Algae Rhythm came through and like offered the tunes better things in other places, and all the tunes are in the other worlds, like acting like different characters from the other ones. So like they go and find Speedy Gonzales and Granny, and they're Neo and fucking what's her name? Granny is Neo, anyway. Yeah, Neo and Trinity.
Oh yes.
And Granny is Neo, and then Speedy Gonzales like ducks to dodge the bullets and then runs on top of them.
Yeah, because that was supposed to be Morpheus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it wasn't Trinity. It was supposed to be Neo and Morpheus because he had the trench coat and shit.
Yeah, and a pull down glasses like that.
Oh shit, he did.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, I don't know why I thought he was supposed to be Trinity.
I don't know. And then I think you had Elmer Fudd as Dr. Evil.
Oh no, Elmer Fudd was Dr. Evil's son.
Yes, yeah. Like Mini-Me.
And then Sylvester was shaved bald, and he was the cat.
Yep. Yep.
And then Wile E.
What
Coyote.
was his name? Mr. Jeeves or something, wasn't it?
I don't remember, but it was.
Oh man, those are movies I grew up on.
But then like they had the Mad Max Fury Road one where like
Yeah, that
Wile E.
was
Coyote
odd.
was driving a fucking was like
That
all
was
painted
odd,
up like
dude.
a fucking maniac and driving one of the big ass end of the world trucks and like you had like live because when he goes to Toon World, LeBron James gets turned into a cartoon.
Uh huh.
But then he's live action for some of the scenes wherever
Uh
it's
huh.
live action because they actually like put them into the movies.
Yeah.
So like they had LeBron James driving one of the big fucked up post-apocalypse cars and like in the weird armor and the fucked up face makeup and everything and it was great.
Oh, it was awesome. It was so unexpected. I was seriously wondering, what the hell am I watching now?
Well, the first one they went to I think was like the DC world, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because they find Daffy Duck and Porky Pig, and they are like Porky Pig is filming, and Daffy Duck is being Super Duck and trying to rescue a train that's gonna drive into just an orphanage, because it's DC World. I don't think so. It was more just like clips of old movies. Like it wasn't the concepts for future movies.
Uh huh.
But like you could say that if most of the movies weren't like 10 years old.
Yeah. I mean, they are making a new Matrix, but
Oh yeah, I guess they are.
yeah.
That's fun.
I thought it was a fun scene. I
Oh,
thought that was all fun.
it was very fun.
Uh huh.
It felt less to me like a marketing campaign and more like, "Oh, we have all this stuff we could actually do."
Uh huh. And we have rights to all this shit.
Yeah.
So let's do it.
I don't know about that. Like an advertising campaign for HBO Max? I don't know. They've been talking
Anyway,
about making this movie since
anyways.
before HBO Max existed though. So I would
Yeah.
argue that that's slightly cynical, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't think Austin Powers in 1998 was around when HBO Max was around.
No, I mean like this movie was talked about. It's been getting talked about for years. Like this is a movie
Yeah.
that I mean, I haven't been waiting for it, but people have been waiting for it because they've been talking about like how it's getting made for fucking years now. I think it's been 5 years since they announced it was going to be made.
I don't know. I still don't understand why it was needed even after I watched it.
Sequels aren't needed. It's not a thing.
What a
Think of it
cash cow.
Think of it like Kevin Smith. People need to stop asking why and start asking why not.
And here we are the suckers who watch this shit.
I mean, I didn't care. I didn't have to
No,
pay extra money for it.
neither did I.
And I don't pay for HBO Max, so I don't care.
Lucky, lucky. Anyways, I mean, I think it's, then after he gets the Toon Squad,
Yeah.
he plays everybody, and
And what I liked about the Toon Squad is that they are actually animated
yeah,
through
yep,
90% of this movie. They are animated,
yep, mm-hmm,
like 2D animation style.
mm-hmm,
It changes at one point, but it is what it is.
yeah,
And I kind of they at least gave like a reason why it's changed, and I'm
yeah,
down with it.
yep,
Because like the whole game takes place inside of a video game, so everyone goes to 3D models instead.
right,
Okay.
right,
But they go
right,
through all of those worlds, and that's like a what? I liked when the movie begins and Bugs Bunny just wants to get all of his friends back, but like
Uh-huh.
LeBron James is just like, yeah, all right. So who do I want for power forward? I want Superman. We get Superman to be on the team, and
Uh-huh.
like then he's just like, and then we can get King Kong, and,
And then the
and they,
Iron Giant.
yeah, he's like, I want the Iron Giant too. Like they don't get any of those people.
None.
Although
None.
later on, the Iron Giant does come to like watch the game.
Him and King Kong.
Yeah, the King
Yep.
Kong is, or like a version of King Kong is in the background. But
Right.
most of the people in the background are like monkeys from the Wizard of Oz, or like Pennywise. I think is one of them.
Right.
Yeah, Pennywise is in the background. Jabberjaw's back there. They show the Mystery Machine pulling up to the game.
Uh-huh.
Uh, like it's just all sorts of that shit. It's
Yeah, it
a
was like
thing.
it was like Ready Player One type stuff.
It's a thing that Warner Brothers has been doing a lot in some of their more animated movies, because they did this with I think it was the movie Scoob, where
Okay.
Scoob is, I think it's Scoob, where it's not as much about like Scooby Doo. It's a mystery in the concept of like they also go through like Captain Caveman and Blue Falcon and all of like the
Okay.
other Hanna-Barbera characters. So
Okay.
I think Warner Brothers has really been digging around with this like whole all of our things are together type style.
Okay. Yeah, I never saw that, so I don't know.
Yeah. Scooby Doo should meet Courage though. Like
Oh,
that's
that'd be
correct.
great. That'd be great.
I think it is happening.
That's so needed.
I know. Um let's see. What else is there? There's yeah, it's filled with White Walkers and all that shit. It's
Yep.
fun.
Yep.
And then you got a scene where he's I thought the creator of Courage died though. I'm sure I read that somewhere. Uh, but the basketball game itself is really long.
Long.
Yeah, it's a lot longer than the original one. 'Cause I think,
45 minutes long?
which actually I think was about the same length as the other one. The only difference is here you've already had an hour and 10 minutes of film before the basketball game starts, and the other one you only had like half an hour.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
This one did not have Bill Murray.
What's that?
Bill Murray was in the original, but he was not in the sequel.
He was not
It
in this
also,
one.
oh, one of my favorite jokes in the movie though was when they're all like, "It's okay." At halftime, they're losing by 1,000 points, and they're just like, "It's okay. We found Michael Jordan." And they're like, "It's Michael Jordan," and like in the shadow, and even you, I was just like, "That's not Michael Jordan. That's Michael B. Jordan" in my head, and then you said it out loud right before I did. You're like, "That looks like Michael B. Jordan."
And it was.
And it's Michael B. Jordan, and they're all like, "We found Michael Jordan," and he's just like, "No, that's Michael B. Jordan." and
I thought
Michael
that was funny.
Michael B. Jordan is just like, "I was just getting some popcorn, and then this cat told me to come along with him."
I like that. I like that.
I thought it was pretty good. And there's a whole like story. LeBron James seems like he has a lot of fun through the movie,
Yeah.
which is stark contrast from Michael Jordan, who seems like he fucking hates his life through the
Yeah, he
whole of
slugged through
first
it.
movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, so it was a lot easier to kind of like get on track with everyone, because at the point where like halftime comes up and they're all like, "We've been trying to be like you, LeBron James," and LeBron James is like, "Oh, well, you should just be like you then." And he
Right.
realizes that he's been being shitty to his kid the whole movie.
Uh-huh.
And then like and then he just like jumps full 100% on board and starts acting like a Looney Tune with the other tunes, and it's so fucking funny. It's
It
so
is.
good.
It is. It is.
Yeah. But no, it did not have Wayne Knight or Bill Murray or Larry
Nope.
Bird. I don't
Nope.
think was
Nope.
in it either.
Nope. No Larry Legend.
No. Just a
Nope.
bunch of flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz and West Adam West Batman
Yep.
and I liked how they even had like
Pennywise.
I don't think Larry Bird's dead. Maybe Larry Bird is dead.
He's not dead.
Is he not?
No.
Hmm.
Nope. Nope.
I mean, he retired around the same time as Michael Jordan, so he's probably up there at least.
He's probably in his early to mid 60s. Probably early 60s.
Yeah,
But imagine.
it's possible.
Well, Michael's up there too. He's in his 50s.
Is he?
Yep.
Well, because I know that Michael Jordan and Larry Bird played on the Dream Team together.
He did. 1992.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, this movie was pretty good.
Yeah.
You know.
Wasn't bad. Give it a watch.
Yeah, I'd say watch this one.
Yeah. If you got children, I would say.
Larry Bird is
I'm gonna watch this.
64.
How many?
64.
64, mid 60s. I thought it right around that age.
Hey, just qualified for Social Security. Good for him.
I don't think he'll need it.
No. I don't know what he does, but probably doesn't need it.
No,
Nah.
no. He's probably a multimillionaire.
He's 8 years older than Keanu Reeves.
What a strange fact.
Oh my god, there's that part where Granny does like that weird thing with the walker and then like launches herself through the air and
That was
in
funny.
slow motion and like LeBron James turns to Bugs Bunny and is just like she is the chosen one.
Mhm. Yep.
It's so dumb. It's
Oh,
so
it
good
was.
though. Dude, there's
I
so many
liked it.
parts that I thought were very funny in it. It like it's still got a lot of the Looney Tunes stuff. A lot of
Yeah.
the criticisms I've heard is that like, oh, Looney Tunes, it's not violent anymore, and like a lot of the stuff in it was like they unrolled like a banner thing, and it was a train tunnel, and then a train came through and ran over one of the other players and shit, and that was in the new one.
I did. I liked that.
Yeah, they had good stuff in it.
Oh yeah, it was funny at moments, sure.
Yeah,
But it didn't need to be so goddamn long.
it needed to be long for the story they told. Now, if
Oh,
they had made a less complicated story, no, they wouldn't have had to set it up for an hour and 20 minutes.
they didn't need that complicated story. It's a children's movie.
I like we said, this is an older
I
children's
know.
movie
I know.
than the first one. The original one was for young children. This one's for
Right.
slightly older children.
Uh-huh.
This movie does not deserve the 31% it has on Rotten Tomatoes, in my opinion. I think that
Nope.
is kind of fucking crazy low. I would be down
I
for
agree.
another Roger Rabbit universe movie. Sorry, Asino says hearing about this movie makes me want another movie in the Roger Rabbit universe.
Uh,
Mike, not a fan of
oh,
Roger Rabbit?
yeah, that's okay, but let's get an original fucking movie going. I'm sorry, but enough of these cast-offs. Let's go with the new fucking thoughts and
Mike, 90% of the time you watch something that has new thoughts and you're just like, this sucks and I hate it.
but they tried.
Did they?
They tried.
I don't believe you. half the
They
time they
try.
did not try.
Then we should not have watched it.
Going back to that movie we watched last night, The Call, they tried something new. I have not seen anything quite like that, and you hated it.
I didn't hate it.
You
I did not hate
hated
it
it.
at all.
Mike, I
I did
gave
not.
I gave that movie a 7 and you said it is easily 3 less than that.
I said I would give that a 6 or a 5.
No, you did not. You said you would give that a 4 or a 5 and that it was terrible.
I, I, I thought it could have been better.
That's
It could have
7.
been better.
7 is it could have been better. 6 is it could have been better. 4 or 5 is that was god awful. And you said you
Well,
did not like that movie at all.
oh,
And
I did
by
not.
all means,
I
you're
did not like
justified
that
not
movie.
liking it because I'm not going to say it's a great movie because it's fine.
I mean,
The only thing
wasn't a
holding that
great
movie together were Lin Shaye and Tobin Bell.
Well, of course, if it wasn't for them, it
100%.
would have been horrible.
Yes.
Horrible. There was no character development. Two of the same character.
To be fair, the whole movie takes place over a week. There's not enough time for character development. It's not one of those movies. It's more like the character development is more based on like what you learn about the character's past as you go through the movie.
Right.
So I would argue that it's unfair to expect that kind of character development.
I mean, a little bit of character development would have helped. I mean, just a little bit. I mean, God, we had nothing.
Anyone coming in is going to be very confused about the new Space Jam because they're just like the only thing holding it together is Lin Shaye and Tobin Bell.
We apologize. We go on these rants. We will cover this movie in the future time.
Yeah, we'll talk about The Call because I really want to talk about it because we disagree on The Call a lot. Because I enjoyed it. But I'd say, unless there are any points about the Tobin Bell on the Toon Squad was amazing. Wasn't expecting that.
I was not expecting Jigsaw
Actually,
on the Toon Squad.
Sino. Sino's just like, do you want to slam?
Oh, God.
Like, just Tobin Bells. And then there was that joke we kept making where it was like, Sav kept being like, you want to play a game? And then he actually said, like, I want to play a game to...
Uh-huh.
It was so dumb.
It was.
Pretty much the only thing holding that movie together.
Uh-huh.
Come on and jam, detective. Ah, man. But no, it was...
give it a watch. Give it a watch.
Unless anyone has any specific questions about the new Space Jam movie or the old Space Jam movie or our thoughts specifically on specific parts of the Space Jam movies. I think it would be time for Sino's brain just has Jigsaw singing Space Jam in it, Mike.
Okay.
Well, I'd say that means it's come to the point where it's time for us to say which Space Jam movie we think is better.
Okay.
So, Mike, why don't you start? Which Space Jam movie is the superior movie in the Generation War?
It's hard to pick one. It's really hard to pick one because you're talking about two different generations. You're talking about older children compared to younger children. But
it's
I'm
true.
a nostalgic. I'm in a nostalgia. I always have been. So I'm gonna go with the original.
All right. There was not actual space in the new one. I don't think. Unless you count cyberspace as actual space because the whole thing took place inside of...
Yeah, it's in the fucking computer.
What the fuck did they call it? The something
Tron
verse.
3.0?
The something verse. Algae Rhythm called it something.
I don't know. I picked the original. I like older cartoons.
Hmm. Yeah, this
How
is
about yourself, Johnny?
this one's difficult, but as far as which movie I enjoyed and this one, I actually have to give it to the new Space Jam. I have to say that the new Space Jam is better than the old Space Jam.
Okay.
Sorry. Even though it did not really have space. It
Yeah.
had kind of space because they went to different planets and each of the different worlds was like its own planet.
Uh-huh.
So at
But
one
that's
point they
cyberspace. But that's cyberspace. They were in the internet.
I know there was no Bill Murray, but
Or
honestly
Larry
I'm
Bird.
I'm not sure
Or
if
Larry
Bill Murray
Bird.
was at his best in Space Jam.
You know who was? Larry Bird.
Yeah, Larry Bird's one movie. All of the basketball players except for like Charles Barkley and Patrick Ewing looked like they didn't want to be there at all.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But in everyone seemed to have like a shit ton of fun with the new Space Jam. So like everyone seemed like they were having a shit ton of fun in the new Space Jam movie, and everyone seemed
Yeah.
fucking miserable in the original Space Jam movie. So like,
They were not miserable.
dude,
Not everybody was miserable. Michael Jordan was a miserable player.
he
He
looked
was a.
like he didn't want to be there the whole
I'm
time.
not surprised. That's Michael Jordan, John. If he doesn't have an incentive to win or to bet, he's going to be miserable.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's what he said in his documentary last year.
Really?
He basically said, with The Last Dance that came out last year,
Hmm.
that if he doesn't have the incentive to either win, gamble, golf, he's a miserable, depressed person.
Huh.
So that's why he owns most of the Charlotte Hornets. So he
So he
can
can
have
bet
that
on him.
incentive to win.
So he can bet on him.
I don't know about that, but
But yeah, what do we do if it's tied?
just go with it. We don't have a third member, so
Huh.
we just agree to disagree.
Because I'm pretty sure there was something about us trying to convince each other why the other one was the better movie, but like, I just don't see how that's going to happen
I
with
don't think I'm gonna
these.
be able to convince you. So
I don't see how that's going to happen with these.
no.
Um, because they're just such different movies from different times with everything about it is different.
Fucking Cito.
Roll for initiative. The Mind Flayer will decide which was better. Sino, which one is better?
He doesn't know. He didn't watch the second one.
I just want to see what he says.
He probably
He's
didn't even
probably
watch
gonna.
the first one.
No, I know that Sino saw the original Space Jam. At
Oh,
least I'm
okay.
pretty sure he did. I think he saw it more than I did.
He did not.
Yeah, 'cause
Did
I
he?
only saw it in theaters. I am
Okay.
90% sure I only saw it in theaters, and then at one point I think I saw it I saw like the basketball game at the end somewhere else,
Okay.
like maybe on TV or something. But I never had that movie. See, I kind of like chaos films a lot too, and that's one of the reasons I liked this one. It was because, oh man, look, LeBron James is a cartoon now. Oh man, they flew by the Harry Potter world, so now LeBron James got into his Harry Potter robes, and like he found out he's a Hufflepuff, and he's just like, I knew it. And then Bugs Bunny calls him a nerd. The movie, like that's what I liked about it, is it just like we kept going along, and every time I was just like, oh no, is it gonna do this? Oh, it did
Uh-huh.
that. Or it's just
Uh-huh.
like he's all of a sudden like, oh well, we need spectators, and he just transports everyone from all of the WB universe into the thing.
Yep.
You think you're a cynic about the Space Jam film. I'm sitting here talking about how Michael Jordan looked like he hated his life all the time.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I don't know if Space Jam is a marketing ploy necessarily. I think it's sometimes people just like to watch mashups. And it's not necessarily like to sell shit. I mean, you can expect a lot of gotcha games, but I mean, I'll never play them. I always think it's dumb.
But anyways, I think we're just gonna end in a tie.
Yeah, that's anticlimactic.
Fine.
Yeah, but it's not fun for everyone else.
I don't care.
Yeah, fuck
Happens
the
in NFL
viewers.
games. Happens in NFL games.
Happens in the World Cup apparently.
Happens in the World Cup. Happens in the Olympics.
That's
Happens
bullshit.
in hockey.
That's also bullshit.
So shove it.
Man, that's fucking dumb.
What? That it's a tie?
It is. I hate it. I hate ties.
I'm never going to convince you that the first one is better, and you're never going to convince me that the second one is better.
I know because like.
But we should have our other Zach with us, but he's MIA, so.
My only thing is that like we watched them both, and I enjoyed the second one better.
That's fine.
I don't have as many of like the fond memories of it from when I was a kid, except that like we
Hey,
went
I
and
mean,
saw it in the
you were
theater
much
when I was a
younger.
kid.
I mean,
When I was
you're 4
apparently
years younger,
4.
so. Yeah.
So
Right. And
I
a
was
young 4.
I was
Literally,
apparently
you probably just turned 4
maybe.
because it was a summertime movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I saw that movie in the theater when I was 4, and that's
Yeah.
all of my memories of that movie are from then.
I think it would have been different if you would have been older.
Maybe.
Yeah. Especially school wise.
I mean,
Especially like culture wise.
Sino remembers the theme song as the anthem of the 90s.
I Believe I Could Fly was fucking huge. Huge.
I think he means the actual theme song, not I Believe I Can Fly.
That's the song that you remember from Space Jam.
Really? You don't remember the theme song for Space Jam that they play in its entirety through the movie?
Yes, but that is not. I Believe I Could Fly was giant compared to the theme song. I mean, you heard that fucker on the radio every hour.
You did. That's true.
You did. Oh, there's that R. Kelly
Hoop,
song.
there
again.
it is. Oh,
It's
look,
a tie,
there's
Johnny. It's a tie.
Oh, and you know what? The U.S. Jamaica game is still a tie.
You see? We're not the only one.
Man, everything sucks.
Hey, this wasn't as easy as the fucking Ju-on, dude.
No, it wasn't.
No.
That's another reason I kind of
That's
wanted
why
to
I
do
like
this.
Generation Wars. That's why we need to do them more often.
I want to, but you were always like, "Yeah, but we have to watch 2 movies for one video."
It is if you weren't if you didn't have your stream canceled with Sino today, it would have been very hard.
Yeah.
Because you're with the opinion that you like to watch them both, so you don't forget.
Well, the last time I saw Space Jam was 24 years ago.
I know that.
Or 25 years ago, something like that.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck?
Years ago,
You expect me to
29.
just talk about Space Jam like off the top of my head, movie I saw when I was 4?
No. I even forgot some shit.
I know, like I didn't remember all those sexual innuendos.
I honestly did not remember that opening. I don't remember Michael Jordan being young like that. I don't remember that.
Huh. I didn't
Mhm.
remember that either.
I honestly did not.
I
You
remembered
saw
almost
what? You saw it
nothing.
once, John.
Yeah.
I saw it at least 20 times.
The only thing I remembered from that movie was like Michael Jordan and Lola Bunny.
Oh.
Because I
I
thought
think
it
that's
was
the end of the stream.
because I thought it was weird because Lola Bunny isn't in any of the cartoons. So like she's very unique to Space Jam. Like I don't think she's in Looney Tunes other
I
than
don't
that.
know. I don't know. I've never seen her before that, and I used to watch Looney Tunes almost every day coming home from school.
Plus I remember her because she scores the winning dunk on the Monstars.
Michael Jordan did.
Did he? I
Yeah,
thought
remember he
she
reached out his arm?
Oh shit, that's right. I forgot about that. Oh well,
I don't know. I guess she's sexy. I don't know.
maybe.
I don't. I don't know.
The monsters were neat. Yeah, the monsters were neat in the original, but
Yeah.
I thought the monsters in the new one were cooler.
Well, that's because they were players.
Well, the ones in the old one, like the the Mugsley Bose one was like really, or the Mugsley Bosk one was like really short, and
Right?
the Charles Barkley one kind of looked like Charles Barkley, but then
Kind
and
of.
then like I think the blue one was the white guy whose name I
Yeah,
always
Sean
forget.
Bradley.
Yeah, because
Yep.
he's like super fucking tall. I think he's like
Uh
what
huh.
7'6" in real life.
7'6". Yep.
Yeah,
It's tall.
and it's fun that they had him and Mugsley Bosk in the same movie.
Right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but in the new one, he scanned players with his phone to put into his game, and then he used those scans when they went into the cyberverse in order to make them off of the players, and two of them were WNBA players.
Yep.
I don't know why you remember that, Sino, because I did not remember that.
I don't know.
Also, if you watch Space Jam enough to remember all of that shit, you don't get to talk about how you don't know anything about basketball ever again.
Are you talking to me?
No, Sino.
Oh,
Because every time
Cena.
you say something about basketball, he's like, "Yay, sports balls," and I'm like, "No, if you watch Space Jam enough to remember all that shit,
Well,
no,
of
you
course.
you know enough about basketball."
Well, of course.
Yeah, and Space Jam is basically basketball.
Uh huh.
Like
That's
it's
basketball.
yeah, you shoot the ball, and you get 2 points.
Uh huh.
All right, but we should probably wrap this up. We're going on an hour and a half.
Okay.
Yep. So
Yep.
thanks for joining us. Unless anyone
Yeah.
has
Thanks,
like
everybody.
questions and stuff,
Yep.
we're
Thanks,
probably
everyone.
we're gonna head out.
All
Thanks for
right.
joining us, and
Bye, everybody.
bye. Have a good
I'm Mike
night.
Shake.
I'm Johnny Juicebox, and we are Psycho Juicebox. Oh, I should probably
Yep.
post the links and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember to get vaxxed.
What?
Said remember to get vaxxed.
To get what?
Vaccinated.
Oh yeah. Go get vaccinated. That's a thing.
Please.
Do it.
Please.
It's important.
Yes. It's not going to end if you don't.
And then we lost like 8 followers because they were just like, "Don't
That's
tell me
too
what to
bad.
do." Politics.
Too bad.
Blarg.
So you obviously never seen our stuff before. I'm sorry, but that's how I ended every video during quarantine. So
Yu-Gi-Oh is dual monsters. At least the way I played it, it is.
yes, let him. Let's see him go on and on. We gotta go.
All right, we've got our YouTube. That's our main channel. You
Yep,
can watch all of our
yep.
backlog. You can watch other episodes of Generation War, like the Ju-On one.
Yes,
It's Ju-On versus the Grudge. It's pretty great.
yes.
uh, go to our Twitch, which is where you're at now. If you haven't followed yet, maybe you should.
Yep.
Eh.
Yep.
We've
Oh
got a
God.
Twitter and a Facebook, and join the Discord because the Discord is awesome.
Discord. Join the
That's where we are
Discord.
now. Look, you can
Yeah.
see our little, all of our channels in the side. There's the
Yep.
council. You can go to the council if you want, and that's where we do all of
Yes.
that total war shit, where we vote on
Yep.
what Russia does next.
Yep.
But seriously, we have to go. We've been on for an
Yes.
hour and a
Nope.
half.
Gotta go.
This is
Yep. All right.
sorry,
Once again, a mic
Cino.
shake.
I'm Johnny
Bye.
Juicebox.
Bye,
Have a good night.
everybody. Bye.
Bye.